Royal Rumble 2025 review. I'm going to try to see if I can get through this review in 10 minutes so I don't bore you guys. But without further ado, here we go. To kick off the event, we got the 30-woman Women's Royal Rumble. And we started out with who was originally my pick, Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. They ended up being more or less the two Iron Women of the match, with a few NXT call-ups, with Roxanne Perez being one of them. But that's one of the ones that a lot of the people called. Lyra Valkyria followed shortly after. And then that's when it really started. And then you had Lash Legend and Bianca Belair into that Royal Rumble shortly after. And that's when business really started to pick up. And one of the highlights of this Royal Rumble was this little interesting spot right here when you get the TNA reunion between Naomi, or as she was called in TNA, Trinity, or Trinity Fatu, with Jordynne Grace. And then Bianca got just a little bit jelly. Something cooking up here. And then you got arguably one of the top 5, maybe even top 3 pops of the night, when Alexa Bliss returning from maternity leave. And she has not lost one single step. That match between her and Liv Morgan, please book. And this entry may have disappointed some people, but I actually enjoyed it. A lot of people were expecting AJ Lee or maybe even another legend to enter the fray, but hey, I'm happy with Nikki Bella making a return, even if it is just for a little bit. And of course, you can't go wrong with 25 plus years of Stratusfaction. I didn't even really have her in this year's Royal Rumble. I didn't think she was going to make it. I thought that maybe Lita or another Royal Rumble entry surprise was going to make it. But hey, once again, I'm satisfied with her. Maybe she's got one more run in her, but we'll see about that. But of course, at this point, it's as inevitable as Thanos. Charlotte Flair won the Royal Rumble. But hey, that match with her and Tiffany Stratton is going to cook. Now, as far as what I think, she should challenge Tiffany Stratton, and I think that Tiffany Stratton should go over because it should be a passing of the torch kind of thing. But overall, I will give the Women's Royal Rumble a 7 out of 10. Next up, you had the 2 out of 3 Falls match with DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns. Now, this wasn't one of the more promoted matches on the card, but if you wanted some fast-paced and technical tag team wrestling, then this is the match for you. Now, I expected MCMG to get the first fall, but they ended up getting the second fall. And man, this match was smash mouth. And I swore like halfway through, man, Chris Sabin is 42 years old and he can still go like a freaking champ. Him and Alex Shelley, ever since the TNA days, neither one of them has lost a step. For these guys to be in the late 30s and early 40s still putting on bangers, that says a lot. And during the match, Johnny Gargano got hit in the mouth so hard, I thought that he damn near lost a tooth. You would think so, especially with him and Tommaso Ciampa bleeding from the mouth, but that just made it a hell of a lot more exciting. And I thought that I was going to get some kind of interference from Pretty Deadly, but guess what? We ended up getting it from the Street Profits, who are strongly hinting towards a heel turn. The result of the match pretty much went as everybody thought, with DIY retaining. They're going to hold those titles till at least Mania, but I give this match a 6.5 out of 10. Next up, a lot of people had this as the match of the night, and I don't blame you if you did. The ladder match for the undisputed WWE title between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. These two dudes beat the hell out of each other, and they put on a banger. Kind of a risky banger with WrestleMania only being 2 months away. But hey, I guess it's what you get when you ask for 5-star entertainment. These guys went on for about 25-30 minutes, and I know that's kind of asking a lot for a PLE like this. But another thing that I expected was, I did not expect a, if you will to call it, an interference, or at least I didn't expect an appearance from Sami Zayn. What I expected was for Randy Orton to come out and to screw both of them. But yeah, 2 of the biggest spots of the match was, number 1 was what I call the coup de grace, when he hit the Alabama slam on the ladder to Kevin Owens, and that Fisherman's Cradle suplex when Cody Rhodes pretty much got folded like a damn accordion. But yes, I will rate this match a 9 out of 10. And last but not least, you had the 30-man Royal Rumble, and the 2 luchadors kicked us off, Penta and Rey Mysterio. Those 2 dudes put on a show for the first 5 or 10 minutes of the Rumble. Well, that is until they got interrupted. And also what surprised me is the fact that Carmelo Hayes, I expected him to probably be one of the Iron Men of the Royal Rumble. He got eliminated quite early, but I think his time is coming soon. And then you had one of the biggest surprises of the Rumble, where you had Acho Speed get his ass sent to the next dimension by Braun Breaker by spearing him and then throwing him outside of the ring to Otis, which that actually goes in on his credit as half of an elimination. But then, yeah, Otis did a fallaway slam on the table and pretty much carried on his descent into the damn Shadow Realm. And yes, say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry. He didn't last long in the Rumble because he got eliminated by Roman Reigns, but that pop he got was tremendous. And speaking of Roman Reigns, he came out at number 16. And of course, you know they had to revisit this feud. I'm going to get into that in just a second. And CM Punk, who was originally my pick to win, he got eliminated by the number 30 entrant, Logan Paul, which a lot of people wasn't really too happy about that. But with the result of the Royal Rumble, I can forgive it, especially when we know what's coming. Because they might have gotten eliminated, but guess what? There's a little bit more cooking outside because you see this little interaction with Paul Heyman when Roman Reigns was beaten down and Seth Rollins did the double foot stomp. Yeah, there's more cooking right there, especially because we don't know what that favor is yet between Paul Heyman and CM Punk. Now, one thing that surprised me was I'm surprised that there wasn't more NXT call-ups or more returns. A lot of people were expecting Omos. A lot of people were expecting maybe even a Big E cameo of some kind. There was no Solo Sikoa. There was no New Day. And there was no real tag teams in the Royal Rumble. But hey, with what we got, I can forgive it. And in recent history, a lot of people like to harp on the WWE for being predictable, but they hit us with the ultimate curveball. Yeet. Jey Uso being the 2025 Royal Rumble winner. And with some of the mixed reactions that I've seen online, it proves that you can't make everybody happy. But nobody can deny that Jey Uso is the most over guy in the company right now. And you can argue whether he's not the most technically gifted in the ring or not, but you can't deny the man's star power. And people have been wanting John Cena to put over newer superstars for years. Well, guess what? You finally got what you want. And I don't think you could have picked a better guy. Now, I said that I thought that CM Punk was going to win it, but I'm completely satisfied and happy with Jey Uso winning this Royal Rumble. And I don't know how many of y'all partake in online betting or are a betting man or betting woman in general, but check this out. The online betting pools had Jey Uso listed as a 66-1 underdog to win this Royal Rumble. Basically, you could have really cashed out if you would have bet on him. Overall, as far as entertainment value, I was pleased and satisfied with what I got, especially because I know they're going to cook up something even bigger with what's coming in the next couple months leading up to the road to WrestleMania. So I would give the Men's Royal Rumble a perfect 10 out of 10. Well, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it did what it needed to do for me. So 10 out of 10. And I will give the overall event an 8.5 out of 10. But you guys let me know what you think. Peace out.